everybody, welcome back to my channel. Gina here, and today is a big day for me. So not only is it March 21st, which is the day after spring, which hopefully means warmer weather here in the Midwest, which it's been pretty cold, so hopefully. But today is my birthday, and it's not just any birthday, it is my 40th birthday. So I probably need to do it this way, maybe. I don't know which way you guys are. 40. So pretty big day for me. I've got a busy week ahead of me, but hopefully I'll get this video up in the next few days. I'm not sure. So because it's my birthday, I went on a little bit of a shopping spree at Ulta, and I wanted to do a review on several of the products that I purchased, and I'm going to do a side-by-side of the Limelight Foundation. I bought this 2 weeks ago. I kept seeing these videos pop up on Facebook, and some of these girls had, you know, a lot of blemishes and acne, and it looked like it had really good coverage. So I thought it was, it looked really good, but I was a little skeptical because I have very dry skin, and I figured these girls, obviously, when you have acne, a lot of times you have really oily skin. And I reached out to a distributor and asked her if it's good for dry and oily skin, and she said absolutely. She said a lot of her dry skin, even like some of the older clients that she works with, they love it. She said it's wax based and that's supposed to be really good. So I'm gonna give it a try. I have not used it yet. I opened it and I kind of did like a little dab on my skin the other day just to see if it's the right color. But you guys know, maybe from some of my other videos, I can't remember if I've done makeup videos or not. I do them on Facebook, but I usually use It Cosmetics. This is my favorite foundation ever. It's just like a CC, full coverage. It's super duper hydrating, and I do have really dry skin, especially in this area. So the more makeup I start putting on my face, the more flakier I start to get, and it ages me so much. So this right here has been amazing, just because I personally feel like it's really lightweight and it just adds tons of hydration and it gives you a really dewy look. This I'm not sure about yet. I haven't tried it. She said that it'd be really good for dry skin, but what I thought I would do is maybe do like a side-by-side. Do, maybe one on one side of my face and do one on the other side, and then also go over some of the other products that I purchased the other day that I'm going to try out and see how I like. So let's get started on that. So I'm going to start out using the Beyond Natural. It's just Revlon Smoothing Primer. I usually don't use a primer with this one right here. I probably should, but I usually don't. And I found this in my stash the other day, so I figured I'd give it a try, and I actually liked it. I'm going to start out with a little bit of primer. I do have moisturizer on my skin. I just got out of the shower earlier, and for my moisturizer, before I get started, I almost forgot about this, I use the Clinique Moisture Surge, which they recommended to me at Ulta. They said this is one of the best products for moisture, which it says it's an overnight mask, so you can use it overnight, or you can also use it during the day. And I also, with that, because I do have dry skin, I felt like it was really good, but my all-time favorite moisturizer ever, if you have really dry skin, is the Benefit. It's called Total Moisture right here. This is really good. So I've already added those two things to my face, and now I'm just going to go and do a little bit of primer. And if you guys have a really good hydrating primer that you can recommend, I am all ears. I feel like this one actually does a pretty good job, but it's, on a cheaper end. It's a drugstore, and I guess, it doesn't matter if it's drugstore or, an expensive one if you guys have something to recommend to me, but I just need something that's really hydrating. So let's get that on my face. All right, so I'm kind of excited to do this side by side. I have a lot of errands I have to run today, so hopefully it kind of matches, because if it doesn't, I'm going to have to redo all of it and take it off. Let's start doing, I have more, I think, fine lines on this side. Like I have one like right here that makeup usually tends to crease in. So I think I'm going to do the Limelight on this side of my face just to see how it works with my lines. I must use this side of my face way more than this side, or maybe I sleep on that side, I'm not sure what. But okay, so this I usually do not blend with a beauty blender. I usually just use my fingertips. I feel like it works a lot better that way, but I'm going to go ahead and do a beauty blender today, which I've already dampened, which is kind of weird. I'm not even sure like how to do. I feel like I have to use a lot more product when I do a beauty blender with this stuff, because you guys can see it's like pretty liquidy. I probably did too much, but I don't ever use a beauty blender with this, so. And I was talking to one of the reps at Ulta, and she had really dry skin, and I asked her what she recommended, and we got on the subject about this IT Cosmetics, and she just thought it was way too heavy, which is weird because I can't use heavy foundations, and I've never thought of this as heavy at all. I feel like it's super lightweight. I don't feel like it's like has that cakey feel to my face whatsoever, but maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. And I know there's different ones. Another thing that I really love about this cosmetics is I feel like there's more of a yellow tint to it, and I tend, on my face, I have like very pink and red undertones. So I feel like it does a good job at just kind of evening out that pink and red undertone. So I did way too much. I got all that on my hands still, so you can just see with that little bit that I had dabbed on here how much it covers. But let's go ahead and we're going to do that side. And then I'm going to do the Limelight on the other side. So you can see, I think it has decent coverage. I wouldn't say full coverage, but it's decent. I'm going to go ahead and wash this out really quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got this washed out. I didn't want any of the IT Cosmetics to mix with the Limelight. So I've been watching videos on this just to see how to apply, and I noticed a lot of them, some of them use a foundation brush, some of them use a beauty blender, and the ones that use a beauty blender, they just said to take it in there and just kind of turn it like that, and they said a little goes a long way. So let's see. I did a color test on the website to match the color. It was a color match, and I think I did a really good job actually, because it's really close to the IT Cosmetics. And I got the, which one did I get? I don't even remember what color it is. It doesn't say on here. I can't remember. I'll look at it in a little bit and let you guys know what color I got. But I think it looks pretty close to the IT Cosmetics. It definitely has, I don't know if you can tell right now, but I think it has a lot more of a matte finish. I don't typically do matte. I want as much oil and glow and dew as I can possibly get, because I do have aging skin and I am dry. But I don't know. Let's see what it looks like when I'm done. Get it blended down. It probably does. It has more coverage. I know it's buildable coverage. So I can already, I think, feel like, I don't know. I'm not sure about it, you guys. I feel like I can already see my line. Like, I don't know if I like it. I feel like I can see my lines a lot more. And I do have more lines on this face anyway, on this side of my face. But I don't know. Maybe it's just the lighting. And everybody's going to have a different opinion. This one's definitely a lot more dewier. So, more lines on this side, dewier on this side. I think the color's pretty similar. I don't know if you guys can tell really a difference. I don't know. I mean, it's probably not horrible. I could definitely use a really good concealer, which that's another thing I really stay away is I stay away from concealers, because I feel like those, I get a lot of crow's feet, and I feel like those really accentuate my crow's feet. So I think that my rep for Limelight is going to send me a sample of the concealer to try, so maybe if that adds any hydration, maybe that'll help a little bit under my eyes. But I don't know if there's a way I can cover with this or not. And I heard that the concealer with Limelight actually also acts as a primer, so an eye primer, so that's good. Let's see if this does a good job. It's I think it's gonna be hard for me to like anything else aside from It Cosmetics because I just feel like it's so hydrating. I don't know if this is doing anything at all. Maybe? I can't say I hate it. I'm just afraid that the more I smile, I'm a pretty animated person, and I'm afraid the more I smile and talk throughout the day, the more the lines are going to show up. So I'm going to have to keep you guys posted on that. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup. I know some of you probably aren't really into that big dewy look, and I can tell it's like super dewy over here with this It Cosmetics, probably because I used a damp beauty blender to put it on. So I don't know if you guys will like that or not, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it holds up throughout the day. The first thing I think I'm going to try out here is I've got the NARS, it's the NARSissist, I got that right here. This is the blush palette, Cheek Studio palette right here. Saw that at Ulta, and I love my Dollar Tree blush. So I decided to spend some money and splurge a little bit on some blush. We'll see if it makes any difference whatsoever. I tried a few colors the other day, and I liked it. I think it probably definitely lasted longer. And I'm not used to using powder highlighters. I usually like to use a liquid or like even a highlighting stick because I feel like powders just kind of accentuate lines. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll give this a try. This has got a little bit of a glow to it. And then do one of these darker bronze. I'm a mixer. I love mixing colors. I never just stick with one color. So I'll probably dab my brush in a little bit of both of these. Probably all three of them. And they did say that this is supposed to last all day. So I think that's pretty awesome if it does last. Because I do use really cheap blushes and they do typically disappear as the day goes on. Another thing I'm not good at is contouring. Not good at contouring. I can do a little bit with the brush, but as far as like all that pencil work and darkening and this and this and this and the war paint, I'm not good at that, so I never do it. So I just try to do a little bit with my brush. I don't go too crazy or overboard. I think I got a little bit more on this cheek than I did. Definitely with aging, we start to lose that nice jawline, so I try to do a little bit down there. Not only that, but I haven't worked out in forever, so that definitely doesn't help matters. Okay, so that's that. As far as how the blush applied with foundations, I don't really see a huge difference. I almost do kind of like this Limelight side right now, though. I feel like I can see a lot more of that dew. It's less coverage, I think, with the It Cosmetics. This does have more coverage, and I only applied a little bit, so I am kind of starting to like this side. So I might start liking matte foundation. That'll be a miracle if that happens. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, I think I'll probably do my eyebrows. I don't really have an order in what I do things in. This is my favorite eyebrow pencil right here. I think I have the box somewhere. This is called Precisely My Brow Pencil. They have two different shades of blonde, and I believe this one right here is the blonde one. I think one of them has a little bit more golden tones, one has more of like an ash tone. So I prefer this one because I have kind of pretty ashy roots to my hair. So I love this because it is extremely fine tip. And I have very thin eyebrows. I feel like the thicker, I did have another eyebrow pencil that had kind of like a thick tip to it, and it just looked so unnatural on my brows. So I like these like really precise, like fine tipped eyebrow pencils. And this one I feel like does match, and it lasts a pretty long time. I don't do my eyebrows every day. As you guys know, I work from home, so I don't usually have to like do anything or go anywhere unless I'm running errands, and I don't do my eyebrows just to run errands. So it lasts me a long time. Another thing I love is retractable eyebrow pencils. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but every time I try to buy a regular pencil that has to be sharpened, I can never ever get that same sharp tip whenever I sharpen it with the sharpener. So I have a lot of issues with that. So I do not like anything I have to put work into and sharpen because it does not turn out. So, see, it matches. I think it matches my other brow really well. I have not done this one yet. And this is the thing, I am so dry that even my eyebrows, like whenever I'm doing this, you can just see like flakes of skin coming off. And I do, I exfoliate and everything. I exfoliate my skin like twice a week. I use oil. I have a really, really good oil that I use on my face that I mix in with my moisturizers. And I have like the heaviest moisturizers in the world. And I still have dry skin. So I just think anybody that has oily skin, I feel like you're so lucky. I would do anything just to have some oil. And it's winter time. Well, actually, no, it's not. It was spring. It turned spring yesterday. But that's probably another reason. We've had really cold weather. I don't drink enough water, so that's another problem. I'm trying to get better at drinking water, because that makes a huge difference in hydrating the skin. And now that I'm 40, heaven knows I'm going to have to do so many different changes to everything. Diet, exercise, metabolism's going to start slowing down big time. I am no pro at brows, but just try to give myself an arch, because I do like arched brows. And, you know, the hardest part's just making sure they match. You don't want lopsided brows. Now, I do know that this brow pencil right here, it's almost like I have too much something. I've got maybe this primer right here. It's almost making it too smooth over here, so it's hard to pencil in. Ooh, my lips are dry. This right here also comes with a powder, so the girl at Ulta said she first does the lining and she fills it in with powder, but because my brows are so thin, I don't feel like it looks natural whenever I try to fill it in with powder. That's the brows I'm gonna do. Okay, and I'm not the greatest at eyeshadow whatsoever, so I'm going to do my best. I'm trying to get better at it. I don't feel like my eyeshadow ever matches like the other side. But this is the eyeshadow palette I got right here. It's the Jaclyn Hill palette, Morph, and I love these colors. So many amazing colors right there. You guys see all those? In Light, Beam, Butter, Hunt's Firework, Queen, got Roxanne, Hustle, Twerk. I don't really do a lot of these teal colors over here, but like the crayon apple, these I love, and I love some of these. And of course these, I love those too. So I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this palette right here. I'm really excited about it. Not sure what I wanna do today. Got a gold background. Maybe I'll do something with some shimmer, maybe. I haven't got to try this one yet, that orange. So many people do that, and I'm just so scared to do it on myself. I feel like I'm like trying to look like I'm 20 or something if I go out with orange eyeshadow. It's kind of, what color is that actually? That's called Hunt's, I believe. I'm not sure if that's the one that is. That's not Hunt's. I'm not sure which one on the back that is. Doesn't look like they match, but I love that on other people. So, should I do that today, you think? Should I go on a limb and give myself some orange eyes? Maybe I will. So if I do that, I'm going to start with I'll start with this one and then just kind of like blend them together. I'm more usually of like plums. Sometimes if I'm going for a smoky eye, I'll do like the really, dark charcoal gray. Sometimes I like doing like the real light colored sparkly colors if I'm just, going for a really light makeup. So I've never done this before. So let's do it. I'm going to start with this one right here. So just to do a little, just to kind of cover the full eye and that, get a little bit of a shine. And you guys can tell me if I'm not supposed to add shine with matte, just let me know. I don't know. I am not a makeup artist whatsoever. I just like to play around on my own eyes and my own face. I probably go out looking crazy, but I don't know any better. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this one next. I'm sure this stuff probably lasts a lot longer than the El Cheapo stuff that I currently use. So that's probably good. One thing I have seen over and over again is blending is your best friend. They all say blend, blend, blend. So I'm trying to get better at blending. And you know what? Most of you probably watching this video, you're probably not professional makeup artists. So we can learn together, right? You can watch me do this. I'm not a professional. Hopefully if I'm doing anything wrong, you don't try it because I'm teaching you the wrong way. But I mean, who knows? I don't know. I'm sure there's a correct and wrong way of putting eyeshadow on. Okay, so that's like a very natural look. I think that's pretty. Kind of nervous. I'm going to switch out brushes here. This is, I don't even know what kind of brush because it's a small shading brush basically. Okay, so I'm nervous. I don't know if there's like steps that you're supposed to go to, like should I do that orange and then that red, I wonder, or just go straight for it. We're just going to go straight for it. Oh goodness, I'm scared. Okay, so we're just going to blend it. I also have another brush that I use to blend it when I'm all finished. And I'll show you guys what I use for that. This probably isn't going to be nearly as dramatic as what I see on other people and what I love, but I'm kind of playing it safe today. And maybe we'll just keep adding. Where's this brush? So this is the one I use to blend. And of course if you take too much off by doing this, you can always add more. But it just softens it a little bit. And this is actually, it's a contour brush. The thing that I don't do, contouring, while I use it for my eyeshadow instead. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe some like more red tones. I don't know, it's probably a good fall color. It's a spring though. I don't know. We'll try this side. We'll see if we can get it at least a somewhat match. I hope no makeup artists are watching this because they're probably watching this right now like, oh God. I'm sure you're cringing right now. Hey, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? So as long as whenever I'm finished, it looks decent, that's all that matters. Another thing I really need to do is clean these brushes. It's important, but I don't do it enough. I don't do it often enough. Okay. So this one's a little darker, I think. So let's add a little bit more to this side. I really love this palette though. Okay, I had to change out cards. I only had a 4 gig card in my camera by accident and I ran out of card space. So I had to run upstairs, get a new card. So I hope actually starting where I left off. But I think I was getting ready to do the inner. I did a little bit of this outer, like I said right there, just along the eyelash line. And then I will continue to do just the inner part of the lid. So let's go ahead and do that part right there. Get a little coverage in there. And then this bottom lid right here. Okay. Let's do this side a little more. It's going to be a pretty dramatic day look, I have a feeling. But it's okay. I can always take it off, right? I feel like I need to blend this a little more. Where's I'm losing my brushes. I feel like this one, I had the hardest time getting these eyes to match. Another thing you should probably do is when you're doing this, do it with your eyes open. I feel like when you close it, the eye shape changes a little bit, so it's a little easier to do it when it's open so you can kind of see. I feel like that's a little better. So those match, right? Okay, so my favorite part, a lot of times with mascara, I do like to curl my eyelashes. So I will add just a tiny bit of mascara to my lashes and then I'll curl it. But I did not bring my, I don't have my eyelash curler with me at the moment. So I'm just gonna do it without curling. Bring this mirror a little bit closer. And my favorite mascara out of everything I've ever tried is Voluminous. So simple. Drugstore, L'Oreal Voluminous, blackest black, might even be called Carbon Black. I don't do waterproof, but I've tried so many different mascaras and I go back to this one every time. I love it. I know there's a lot of different new ones out there that are supposed to be really, really good. So maybe one day I will try something different, but it's hard for me to pay $25 for a mascara when I've been using this one for so long and I think I paid $6.99 for it. So it is the one mascara that I love. I need to get a little closer to this mirror. I'm not even sure if I'm still in camera while I'm doing this, but I think what I love the most about this mascara is maybe oh, the lighting just changed. I think we got a cloud. I think what I like the most about this is the brush, the wand. I think the wand on any mascara makes a huge difference on how the mascara is going to be applied. And I love this one. I don't know if this is the best mascara job I've done, but... And when I curl them, it does make a big difference. It makes them look even longer. But this will do. Mascara makes such a huge difference in the eyes. I have very blonde eyelashes. So without mascara, you would have no idea that I had any eyelashes. So this is the one thing every day I do not leave out of the house with. Have to have my mascara, no matter what. And if you have a favorite mascara, if you've tried this one before, and you have one that you like even better, I'm always open to suggestions. So comment below. Let me know what your favorite mascara is. And let me know too about this Limelight. If you guys have tried Limelight before, what your thoughts was. Or what were your thoughts? Did you feel like it was good for oily skin? Did you feel like it was good for dry skin? I'm trying to look in this mirror. I've got a close-up mirror right now. I feel like in areas where I didn't know I had dryness, I feel like I can see it a little bit more, kind of like right here. I'm not sure. I can't probably say that I 100% love it. But first time using it. So I think maybe if I tried it a few more times, I can kind of get a better idea of how it, looks throughout the day. I think that's the most important part, is how it lasts and how it settles. And if it settles into my lines and accentuates those, then it's not going to be a good fit for me. Looking a little clumpy right now, you guys. Sorry about that, but I don't usually talk when I'm doing my mascara. It's like an art. I have to concentrate. I have to fully concentrate. And I think I picked up the wrong, I had several mascaras in my makeup bag, and this might be one of my older ones. So it might be a little clumpier. But I think I'm actually getting used to this orange eyeshadow. Kind of like it. I don't play around a lot with color. I usually use, like I said, the plums. And maybe that dark charcoal gray, or like the pastels. So I think it'll be fun to try some new shades. I love that palette for that reason. There's a lot of colors in there that I love. Okay, even these bottom lashes, they're long. It takes a long time for me to put my mascara on. I think one of my favorite colors is this like dark, that burgundy color. Oh my gosh, there's so many good makeup artists that know how to work with that and like, you know, use some of the sparkly colors with it. I just probably need to watch more videos on that. I'm not really like awesome doing eyeshadows, and there's so many cool things you can do. So this is, I guess this pretty much completes the look. I have some cheap little Avon lip gloss that I bought for my daughter the other day, so I had that nearby. My lips right now are so dry. I think anything I put on right now will help. Okay, it's the final look. Do we like it? What do we think? We like the orange eyeshadow. Thumbs up, thumbs down. The Limelight Foundation. I don't know if you guys can even see a big difference. I had the, let's see, It Cosmetics on this side. I have the Limelight on this side. I feel like a little bit more dewier on this side compared to this side. Oh, and I think the color of this was called Shinto. And I believe I got Shinto 3. So just to give you an idea, but that's what it looked like right there. And I feel like it really does match this side pretty well. This might even have a little bit more of a yellow tone to it, and this side's definitely dewier. So it just really depends on if you prefer dewy over matte. And then I'm just gonna have to see how this works throughout the day. I think it does definitely have more coverage than this side. I mean, as far as anything else goes, like, I can't tell yet. I'm just gonna have to see. So we'll see how it goes throughout the day. And I think that was everything I was gonna show you guys. That was my little shopping spree. I was excited to try out my new blushes and eyeshadows, and hopefully I can play around more with those different colors that the palette, the eyeshadow palette has. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I'm not a professional makeup artist, but I did my best. And I'm gonna go celebrate my 40th birthday. I've got big plans for this evening and tomorrow and all weekend. Hopefully I'll get this video up pretty soon. And if you guys liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, it's okay. Give me a thumbs down. I'm not gonna be offended. If you have some favorite foundations that you love for dry skin, let me know. If you have a good primer for dry skin, let me know. And anything else, feel free to comment. Make sure you subscribe to my video, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of the week. Happy spring. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.